Commander Hyun-ki stood at the window of Earth Defense Force headquarters, looking at the morning sky. It was a beautiful day in Seoul, but he knew it might be the last peaceful morning Earth would see for a while. The alien ships had appeared 3 days ago, their massive hulls blocking out the stars at night. "Sir, they're broadcasting again," said Daimai, his strategic advisor. She walked into his office carrying a tablet. Her usually neat uniform looked wrinkled, showing signs of working through the night. Hyun-ki turned from the window. "Put them on the main screen," he said calmly. He had expected this moment for years, but the aliens didn't know that. The large screen on the wall came to life. A tall, blue-skinned alien appeared. It wore what looked like golden armor and had 4 eyes that blinked in pairs. This was Supreme Commander Jaiho of the Collective, the name they had given their empire. "People of Earth," Jaiho said in perfect English, thanks to their translation technology. "Your time to decide has come. The Collective offers you one last chance to join us peacefully. Your planet's resources and position make it valuable to us. Submit to our rule, and we will treat your people fairly." Hyun-ki watched the message without showing any emotion. Behind him, Dame was typing quickly on her tablet, sending secret codes to military bases around the world. Everything was going according to plan. "If you refuse," Jaiho continued, "we will take your world by force. You have seen our ships. You know you cannot fight us. You have 6 hours to send your answer." The screen went dark. Dame looked at her commander. "Sir, all units report ready." Admiral Sunma's last message came in from Jupiter an hour ago. "The fleet is in position." Hyun-ki nodded and walked to his desk. He picked up a small photograph showing Earth's first secret starship, built 20 years ago after they found the crashed alien vessel. The public knew nothing about it, and that's exactly what they had wanted. "Send a message to all Earth Defense Force commands," he said. "Tell them to begin Operation Hidden Thunder, and get me a direct line to the president." Daimler smiled as she sent the orders. The aliens thought Earth was weak and helpless. They had no idea that humans had been preparing for this day, since they discovered the crashed ship in 2089. While the world went about its normal business, scientists and engineers had worked in secret bases, learning and improving the alien technology they had found. "Sir," Daimai said, looking up from her tablet, "the president is ready to speak with you, and we're getting reports that the alien ships are moving closer to Earth. They're trying to scare us." Hyun-ki straightened his uniform and looked once more at the seemingly peaceful sky. "Let them come closer," he said. "It will make things easier when we spring our surprise." He picked up his secure phone to talk to the president. As he did, he could see more alien ships appearing above the clouds. They looked like giant silver arrows pointing down at Earth. The aliens thought they were being threatening, but they were actually putting themselves exactly where Earth wanted them. "Madam President," he said into the phone. "Yes, everything is ready. The Collective thinks they're dealing with a simple, primitive world. They don't know that we've been building our own fleet for decades. When they demand our surrender in 6 hours." He paused and smiled. "Well, I think they're going to be very surprised when they see what humanity can really do." Behind him, Dame was already sending the coded orders that would begin Earth's greatest deception. In bases deep under the oceans, in hidden facilities on the moon, and in the secret shipyards near Jupiter, thousands of soldiers and engineers were getting ready. The aliens wanted to see Earth's response. They were about to get a demonstration they would never forget. Admiral Sunma walked through the massive hangar of Earth's secret space station, hidden deep within Jupiter's swirling storms. Above her, engineers worked on the final checks of Earth's most powerful warship, the Soul's Thunder. Its black hull seemed to swallow the light, making it perfect for hiding in space. "Status report," she said to Chief Engineer Yanji, who was checking data on a large screen. "All ships are ready, Admiral," Yanji replied, her eyes bright with excitement. "The quantum drives are working perfectly. We can move the entire fleet to Earth in less than 10 minutes when the signal comes. Sun Mi nodded, remembering how far they had come. 20 years ago, they had barely understood the alien ship they found. Now they had improved its technology far beyond what the collective could imagine. Humans were good at learning and making things better. A young officer ran up to them, holding a tablet. "Admiral, the collective ships are moving closer to Earth. They're trying to scare everyone with their size." Sun Mi smiled. The collected ships were big, but size wasn't everything. Earth's ships were smaller but much more advanced. They had taken the alien technology and made it better in ways the collective hadn't thought possible. "Show me our fleet numbers again," Sun Mi ordered, walking to the main control room. The walls lit up with displays showing hundreds of ships hidden around Jupiter. Each one carried weapons and shields more powerful than anything the collective had. 250 destroyers, 400 fighter ships, and the Soul's Thunder as our flagship, Yanji reported proudly. Plus the surprise we added last month. The surprise was their newest weapon, the sky-splitting technology. It would make it look like Earth's atmosphere was opening up like a curtain. The sight alone would shock the aliens, but it was also clever science. The technology would protect Earth from any weapons the collective tried to use. Sun Mi touched her communication device. "This is Admiral Sun Mi to all ships. Check in." One by one, the ship captains reported ready. Each vessel had been built in secret, tested in Jupiter's storms where no one could see them. Their crews had trained for years, preparing for this moment. "Message from Earth Defense Command," an officer called out. "Commander Hyun-ki reports the aliens will demand surrender in 5 hours. "Perfect," Sun Mi said. She turned to look at her fleet through the station's large window. "Start warming up the quantum drives. I want every ship ready to move the moment we get the signal." Yanji worked at her control panel, sending orders to all ships. "Admiral, look at this," she said, pointing to a screen showing the collected ships. "They're arranging themselves in attack position above Earth. They think they're being clever." Sun Mi watched the alien ships with calm eyes. The collective thought they were dealing with a simple planet that would give up easily. They didn't know that under Jupiter's clouds, humanity had built a fleet that could outfight anything in the galaxy. "Send a message to all crew," Sun Mi ordered. "Tell them to get ready for the greatest surprise attack in human history. Today, we show the galaxy that humanity is not weak. Today, we prove that Earth will not bow to bullies, no matter where they come from." As she spoke, the quantum drives of 250 ships hummed to life. In 5 hours, the collective would learn a lesson they would never forget. Never underestimate humans. The sky above Earth would split open, and humanity's hidden fleet would show the aliens just how powerful Earth really was. Lieutenant Commander Taiwan's fingers moved quickly across the control panel in Earth's underground defense center. Around him, dozens of technicians worked at their stations, preparing Earth's hidden defenses. They had 4 hours left before the aliens' deadline, and everything had to be perfect. "Defense grid power at 95%, called out one of his team members. "Shield generators are ready." Taiwan nodded without looking up from his work. The defense grid was his responsibility, a network of powerful energy shields that could protect Earth's cities. The aliens didn't know it existed. Like everything else, they had built it in secret over many years. His computer screen showed a map of Earth with thousands of small green dots. Each dot was a shield generator, hidden underground or underwater. When activated, they would create an energy shield stronger than anything the collective had ever seen. "Sir," said a young technician, "the aliens are broadcasting again." The main screen lit up with the face of Supreme Commander Jiao. The alien leader looked confident, sure that Earth would surrender. "People of Earth," he said, "you have 3 hours remaining. Do not waste this chance. Join the collective willingly, or we will take your world by force." Taiwan allowed himself a small smile. The aliens thought their threats were scary, but they had no idea what was coming. He pressed a button on his console. This is Lieutenant Commander Tawan to all defense stations. Begin final checks. I want every shield generator tested and ready. Messages started coming in from around the world. In hidden bunkers under cities, in secret bases in mountains, and in stations deep beneath the oceans, Earth's defenders reported ready. Each location had trained for years for this moment. Message from Jupiter Station. Announced the communication officer. Admiral Sunmei reports the fleet is ready to move. They're just waiting for our signal. Taiwan looked at another screen showing the alien ships above Earth. They had positioned themselves in what they thought was a perfect attack formation. But their formation had gaps that Earth's ships could use when they appeared. His tablet beeped with a message from Chief Engineer Yanji at Jupiter Station. She had sent the final calculations for the sky-splitting technology. When activated, it would create a massive opening in Earth's atmosphere, making it look like the sky itself was being torn apart. Load Yanji's calculations into the main computer, he ordered. Start warming up the atmospheric control systems. As his team worked, Taiwan thought about how long they had prepared for this day. The aliens thought they were dealing with a simple, helpless planet. They didn't know that humans had spent decades getting ready, building defenses and weapons in secret. 2 hours until their deadline, announced the timekeeper. Taiwan stood up and walked to the main viewing screen. He could see the alien ships clearly now, their huge forms blocking out the sun in some places. They thought their size made them powerful. They thought Earth would give up without a fight. Send a message to Commander Hyunki, he said. Tell him the defense grid is ready. When the aliens try to attack, they'll find out that Earth is far from helpless. Today, we show them what humanity can really do. Above them, the alien ships waited, not knowing that their victory was about to turn into their greatest defeat. In 2 hours, Earth would give them an answer they would never forget. Jin Ho walked through the halls of Earth Defense Force headquarters, looking like any other human officer. His disguise was perfect, the result of the collective's best transformation technology. No one suspected he was really an alien spy. He stopped at a window, watching more collective ships arrive above the city. Only 1 hour remained until the deadline. His leaders were sure that Earth would surrender, and everything he had seen seemed to support this. Lieutenant Jin Ho called a voice behind him. He turned to see Demei, Commander Hyunki's advisor, walking toward him with a tablet. I need your help moving some files to the secure basement. Standard surrender procedures. Of course, Jin Ho replied, trying to hide his excitement. This was his chance to see Earth's final preparations for surrender. He followed Demei to the elevator, noting how calm she seemed. Humans were strange. They showed so little fear even when facing defeat. The elevator went down deep underground. Jin Ho had never been to this level before. The doors opened to reveal a large room filled with computer screens and busy workers. Everyone looked focused but not worried. Put these boxes in storage room B, Demei said, pointing to some containers. As Jin Ho lifted them, he tried to peek inside. They appeared to contain only ordinary office supplies and old papers. He sent a quick message to his superiors using his hidden communicator. Humans preparing to surrender. Moving important documents to secure storage. No signs of resistance. What Jin Ho didn't notice was Demei watching him in a mirror, hiding a small smile. He didn't see the real command center, hidden behind thick walls. He didn't know that the boxes were filled with worthless papers, placed there just for him to find. In the real command center, Commander Hyunki watched Jin Ho through security cameras. Our friend took the bait, he said to his staff. The collective thinks we're getting ready to give up. 30 minutes until their deadline, reported an officer. Admiral Sunmi's fleet is in final position near Jupiter. Lieutenant Commander Ta-1 reports the defense grid is ready. Hyun-Ki nodded. Their plan was working perfectly. For months, they had fed Jin Ho exactly what they wanted him to see. They had let him find fake documents, hear fake conversations, and report back to his leaders about Earth's weakness. Above ground, Jin-Ho finished moving the boxes and headed back to his office. He felt proud. Soon, Earth would join the collective without a fight, thanks partly to his good work. He sent one final message to his superiors. Victory is certain. Earth has no defenses and no hope. They will surrender on schedule. In the command center, Hyum-Ki read Jin-Ho's message on an intercepted channel and smiled. Send the final alert to all Earth forces, he ordered. Operation Hidden Thunder begins in 20 minutes. Around the world, soldiers and pilots headed to their hidden posts. In the oceans, massive doors opened on secret underwater bases. Near Jupiter, Admiral Sunmi's fleet powered up their engines. Earth's greatest deception was about to become the collective's worst nightmare. Jin-Ho sat at his desk, waiting for Earth's surrender. Like his leaders in the collective, he had no idea that he had been fooled. He didn't know that humans were masters of deception, or that the greatest military surprise in Galaxy's history was about to begin. The deadline had arrived. Supreme Commander Jin-Ho stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching Earth through the main screen. He waited for their surrender message, feeling proud of another easy victory for the collective. Supreme Commander, said one of his officers, Earth is sending no surrender signal. They appear to be doing nothing at all. Jin-Ho frowned. This was not what he expected. Their spy, Jin-Ho, had reported that Earth was preparing to give up. He opened a channel to speak to the planet below. People of Earth, he announced, your time has ended. Since you choose not to surrender, we will now take your world by force. He raised his hand to order the attack. But before he could speak, something impossible happened. The sky below his ships began to change. It started as a small line in Earth's atmosphere. Then, like a giant curtain being pulled apart, the sky itself began to split open. Through the massive opening, stars became visible in broad daylight. What is happening? Jin-Ho demanded. His officers rushed to their stations, checking their instruments. No one had ever seen anything like this before. Then, from the opening in the sky, ships began to appear. Not just a few ships, but hundreds of them. Leading them was a massive black vessel that seemed to absorb all light around it. The Soul's Thunder. On its bridge, Fleet Admiral Min-Seo stood calmly. This is Fleet Admiral Min-Seo of the Earth Defense Force to all ships. Begin Operation Hidden Thunder. Earth's ships moved with perfect precision, taking positions that surrounded the collective's fleet. Each Earth vessel was smaller than the alien ships, but they gleamed with advanced technology that made the collective's weapons look primitive. In his office, Jin-Ho watched through the window in shock. The human disguise fell from his face as he realized how completely he had been fooled. Earth had never been helpless. They had never been preparing to surrender. Everything he had seen had been a carefully planned deception. Collective vessels. Admiral Min-Seo's voice boomed across all communication channels. You came to our world thinking we were weak. You threatened us, believing we were primitive. You demanded our surrender, assuming we were defenseless. As she spoke, more ships emerged from the tear in the sky. Fighter squadrons took up attack positions. The defense grid activated, surrounding Earth's cities with powerful energy shields. Look around you, Min-Seo continued. While you boasted of your power, we built in secret. While you threatened our world, we prepared its defense. While you waited for our surrender, we positioned our fleet. Supreme Commander Jin-Ho could only stare as Earth's ships moved to surround his fleet completely. His sensors showed that their technology was far more advanced than anything the collective possessed. They had walked straight into a trap. Now, said Admiral Min-Seo, let us show you why it was a mistake to threaten Earth. Let us demonstrate why humans should never be underestimated. The Soul's Thunder's weapons powered up, its black hull reflecting no light. Around it, hundreds of Earth's ships did the same. The sky remained split open, a testament to human ingenuity and power. The collective was about to learn that they had made the greatest mistake in their empire's history. Captain Hae-Newell sat in the cockpit of her strike fighter, leading Earth's first attack wing toward the collected ships. Behind her, 50 of Earth's best pilots followed in perfect formation. Their small, swift ships looked like silver arrows against the black of space. "Strike Wing 1. Engage primary targets." Admiral Min Seo's voice came through the radio from the Soul's thunder. "Show them what Earth can do." Newell pushed her controls forward. Her fighter responded instantly, moving faster than any collective ship could follow. The alien vessels were large but slow, like giant fish trying to catch swallows in the air. "Wing 1, attack pattern Delta," Newell commanded. Her pilots broke formation, each targeting a different collective ship. Their vessels carried weapons that could cut through alien shields like paper, thanks to Earth's improved technology. Supreme Commander Jeho watched in horror as the human fighters tore through his fleet's defenses. Nothing in his experience had prepared him for this. The humans moved their ships in ways he had never seen before. "Return fire," he ordered. His ships launched their weapons, filling space with energy beams. But Earth's fighters were too quick, dodging everything the collective threw at them. Not a single human ship was hit. On the Soul's Thunder's bridge, Admiral Min Seo directed the battle with calm precision. All destroyer groups move to secondary positions. Activate quantum shields. Earth's larger ships moved forward, their black hulls reflecting no light. When the collective's weapons hit their shields, the energy simply disappeared, absorbed by technology the aliens couldn't understand. Newell led her wing in another attack run. "Target their engine systems," she ordered. Her pilots fired their weapons with perfect accuracy. One by one, collective ships lost power, floating helplessly in space. In Earth Defense Force headquarters, Commander Hyun-ki and Da-mai watched the battle through their monitors. The plan was working perfectly. Years of preparation and training were paying off. "Sir," Da-mai reported, "the collective ships are trying to retreat, but our quantum nets are in position. They can't escape." The quantum nets were another human invention, creating areas in space where faster-than-light travel was impossible. The collected ships were trapped, unable to run away from the battle they had started. Supreme Commander Jeho's flagship rocked with another explosion as Newell's fighters struck again. "How?" he demanded. "How did they hide all this from us?" The answer came in the form of more human ships appearing through the split in the sky. The Soul's Thunder moved forward, its weapons fully charged. Earth's destroyers formed a circle around the remaining collective ships. "Collective forces," Admiral Min Seo's voice broadcasted on all channels. "Your fleet is defeated. Your ships are trapped. Surrender now, or face total destruction. Earth gives you 1 minute to decide." Newell brought her strike wing around for one final pass. Below them, Earth's cities remained safe behind their energy shields. Above them, the split in the sky remained open, a reminder of humanity's power. The collective had come expecting an easy victory. Instead, they had found a force more powerful than anything they had ever faced. Diplomatic Officer Su Jin stood in the grand meeting hall of the Soul's Thunder, facing the defeated leaders of the collective. Supreme Commander Jeho sat across the table, his 4 eyes downcast. The battle had ended hours ago, and now came the time for talking. "You must understand your situation," Su Jin said clearly. "Earth has known about the collective for decades. We found your crashed ship in 2089. We learned your language, studied your technology, and made it better." The alien leaders shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Behind them, through the large windows, they could see their damaged ships floating powerless in space. Earth's destroyers surrounded them, their black hulls a constant reminder of human power. "Impossible," one of the collective leaders said. "No primitive world could advance so quickly." Su Jin smiled and touched a control panel. The room filled with holographic images showing Earth's secret progress over the years. They watched as humans took apart the crashed alien ship, learned its secrets, and built something far more advanced. "You called us primitive," she continued. "But while you watched our old rockets and satellites, we built quantum drives in secret. While you counted our visible weapons, We created technology you never imagined possible. In Earth Defense Force headquarters, Commander Hyun-ki received urgent messages from across the galaxy. Other worlds in the collective were learning about the battle. Many had been forced to join the Empire, just as Earth had been threatened. Now they saw hope for freedom. Commander, Damai reported, reading from her tablet. 3 star systems have already declared independence from the collective. They're asking for Earth's protection. The news spread quickly through the galaxy. Videos of Earth's ships emerging from the split sky reached every corner of the collective's empire. Worlds that had lived in fear for centuries began to rise up, inspired by humanity's victory. Back on the Soul's Thunder, Soo-jin presented Earth's terms to the defeated aliens. The collective will release all worlds that wish to leave your empire. You will share your star maps and trade routes with us, and you will never again threaten another civilization. Supreme Commander Jeho looked up at last. And if we refuse, then we will continue this battle. Soo-jin replied calmly. But you have seen only a small part of Earth's power. Do you really want to discover what else we have hidden? The alien leaders whispered among themselves. Through the windows, they watched as Earth's fighters patrolled past their powerless ships. The split in Earth's sky remained open, a pathway for even more human vessels if needed. The collective accepts Earth's terms, Jeho finally said. Soo-jin nodded and sent a message to Commander Hyun-ki. Within minutes, the news reached every human ship and base. Earth had not only won its freedom, but had changed the balance of power in the galaxy forever. Remember this day, Soo-jin told the alien leaders. Remember that humans are not weak. Remember that we defended not only ourselves but offered hope to others. The galaxy will be different now, and Earth will help make it better. 1 month after Earth's victory, Ambassador Yunji stood at the window of the newly built Terran Defense Alliance headquarters in Seoul. Below her, the city had returned to normal life. Above, the stars held new meaning for humanity. Earth was no longer alone. It had become a protector of worlds. The latest reports are ready, Ambassador, said Commander Hyun-ki, entering her office. He placed a tablet on her desk, showing maps of the changed galaxy. Green dots marked the worlds that had joined Earth's alliance, growing more numerous each day. 27 planets have officially requested our protection, Yunji said, studying the map. They all want to learn from us. How we stayed strong, how we kept our secrets, how we built our ships. Admiral Sun Mi's hologram appeared in the room. She commanded Earth's growing fleet from the Soul's Thunder, which now patrolled the trade routes once controlled by the collective. The defensive systems are in place around our new ally worlds, she reported. No one will threaten them again. Yunji nodded, remembering how quickly things had changed. The collective still existed but had grown smaller and weaker. Many worlds that they once ruled now looked to Earth for leadership and protection. Humanity had become something no one expected, guardians of galactic freedom. Show me the training program, Yunji requested. On a large screen, she watched as pilots from different worlds learned to fly Earth's advanced ships. Engineers from distant planets studied the technology that had defeated the collective. Earth was sharing its knowledge, but carefully, making sure it would be used wisely. Damai entered the office with more news. The first joint fleet exercise was successful, she reported. Ships from Earth and our ally worlds working together perfectly, and the new defense grids are operational on 5 more planets. Through another window, Yunji could see the construction of huge space docks where Earth would build ships for its allies. The sight filled her with pride. Humanity had not only defended itself, but had chosen to help others do the same. Message from Captain Haenul, Commander Hyun-ki announced. Her strike wing just finished training the first group of alien pilots. They're ready for patrol duty. The door opened again, and Chief Engineer Yunji walked in with Lieutenant Commander Tawon. They carried plans for new defensive systems designed to protect not just Earth, but all allied worlds. Human innovation was now serving the entire galaxy. The collective's leaders asked for another meeting, Damai said, checking her tablet. They want to discuss trade agreements. Yunji smiled. The same aliens who had once threatened Earth now sought peaceful relations. They had learned what happened when they underestimated humanity. The galaxy was changing, becoming a place where freedom and cooperation replaced fear and control. Send them our standard response, Yunji said. Earth will talk, but only as equals. Those days of empires and threats are over. She looked out at the sunset over Seoul. In the fading light, she could see the outline of defense satellites in orbit, keeping watch over Earth. But they were no longer just protecting one world. They were guarding the hope of many. Commander, she said to Hyun-ki, prepare my ship. It's time to visit our newest allies. The galaxy needs to know that humanity will keep its promises. We will protect those who seek freedom, and we will help build a better future for all worlds. As the sun set on Earth, humanity's ships patrolled the stars, keeping peace in a galaxy that had changed forever. The story of Earth's victory had become a legend, told on countless worlds, the tale of how a primitive planet had outsmarted an empire and become the guardian of galactic freedom.